Okay, we're on the air. This is the OSRA client meeting for Sunday, February 8th, 2015. Here we have Tarek and Ahmed from the client side, and Christian and myself from the dev team, with Adrian observing us in action. So, as always, let's say the first thing for the client meeting is we ask the client how the application is working for them, if there are any problems that you guys have encountered, anything to tell us?
Hi, Nick. The is working very well. We're still loading the data on the application. We did not face any problem yet.
Okay, that sounds good. I also saw that you accepted the 2 stories that we delivered, 2 features, so that's great news. And I guess then the priority for this meeting then, or I guess the agenda for this meeting, is to talk a little bit about phase 1, and specifically what we would like to do is to prioritize the tasks for phase 1 so that we know where we should get started. So the list of the tasks that we have planned for phase 1 you can see on my screen. And the question then, again, to you guys, Tarek and Ahmed, is which order would you like to see these features delivered?
They are under the phase 1, right?
Yeah.
Under the decision items.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can see discussion item, and then here phase 1, and these are all the items that we discussed as being included in phase 1. Can you see my screen okay?
Yeah.
Actually, I can see that there are a few regular and easy stuff to begin with, like to save and create another sponsor. Name should not allow specific special characters. Start date should not allow date prior OSRA establishment. Adult orphan display. No, adult orphan display. I think it will take some time.
Okay, but these 3, yeah, you're correct. They should be fairly straightforward for us to implement.
And the email format validation. Those are very easy.
Okay.
I think those would be very good things to have as we are entering all the data together. It will lower the chance of mistake.
Okay.
For the phase 1.
And then I think you have to start with the things that's connected to the orphan card, starting with the image.
We start with the image upload then.
Yes, because it's linked to the image. We cannot make a card without having the image uploaded on the system.
In fact, what I should have done is, let's take that out. Okay, so we put these items at the top, and then the next one would be this. And I suppose from that point on, they're more or less in the same order. So we implement picture upload, then we do card display, then card in Arabic and English as a PDF, And this last item, I don't know how you would like to prioritize it, adult or orphan display.
Just a minute. When we speak about the orphan card PDF, Arabic and English, we are speaking about the same form we gave to you earlier, right?
Yeah, I remember.
So, and the orphan card display is something different, right?
So the display is actually, you know what? Why don't you tell us what this is instead of me trying to remember and maybe getting it wrong?
I believe the orphan card display is the way the orphan, the way the program will show us the information of the orphan. I think this is what it means, right? And the other two are filling the form that we gave to you earlier.
Okay. So orphan card display takes place on the screen, and those PDFs are for printing out, basically, right?
So they are related, no?
Actually,
I convert to PDF. display
I believe. How is this going to happen? Like, if we want to export or to generate an orphan card, what would the procedure be?
Well, you feel free to tell us how you would like it implemented. The easiest, or maybe not the easiest, but it's just the most natural way that I can think of is that when you go to the orphan page, there might be a button that says display the orphan card, and this gives you like a one-page card display with a picture of the orphan and the relevant data. And then perhaps on that orphan card there might be a button to export that as a PDF.
That would be excellent. Actually, it would be more perfect if we had the chance to edit the orphan card. Like, sometimes we need to phrase a few sentences, like the way or the date or the place the father has died and the way he died, like in a disease, or he had a gunshot or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we need to rephrase the sentence. So if we had the everything is written, and then we can make sure that everything is okay, change a few things if we have to, and then bring it into PDF. That would be perfect.
Okay. Okay. I suspect that once we actually start working on this, we will probably ask a number of questions from you guys again, just to make sure that we're delivering what you expect.
Actually, this week, I believe we are going to upload a big number of orphans.
Okay.
We had one of our lists ready,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one of our biggest lists, maybe about something about 300 orphans.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. So this priority list then looks okay.
Yeah.
We start with the easy things and the things that will make your life basically easier while you're entering the data right now. And then we move on to orphan picture upload, and from that we move on to the orphan card, and both displaying it and exporting as a PDF. Okay.
Okay.
And for the adult orphan display, is that just how is that different from the orphan card display?
Adult orphan display, it means that the application will give us an alarm or a notification once one of the orphans is over age.
Okay, so basically you want the application to kind of keep track of the orphans' ages, and once they reach a certain age, then when you visit that orphan's profile, there is a note on it?
Actually, I don't know, Nikita, if you remember that we spoke about a notification center before. Do you remember
Okay.
such?
Vaguely, yeah, that was a long time ago, I think.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Actually, there are a few things that would be great if we had a notification about.
Okay,
Like,
so basically you log into the application, and the first screen you see is that notification screen. So anything that has happened, let's say, okay, yeah, I understand.
actually, the idea we had was even the notification to be shown to the person who is responsible for the submission. Like when we are speaking about rules and those stuff, like the notification that is connected to the orphans will appear to the orphan team.
Right.
Notification, yeah.
Okay, so let's enter this as a separate item. Notification center, okay. And so then, I guess, let me just rephrase that so that I remember what it is. Notification of, and what would that age be? How old is an orphan when he's considered an adult?
For now, it's 18, but there's special cases when we actually not special cases. Most of the time, we keep the girls until they are 20 and the boys till they are 18. But if we could speak about that later, that would be better.
So let's say I'll mark it as 18 years of age for now, and that just gives us a target to work with. Okay. 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 So this notification center, I have to admit that with the team we haven't had any discussions about it. I have forgotten largely about it. So probably over the next week in our regular team meetings, we will discuss it, and I expect that next week at the client meeting we will have maybe some ideas for you and maybe some questions as well about how to implement this.
Yes.
Okay, so we can start on items 1 through 4. That's fairly straightforward. For item number 5, upload orphan picture and related documents. How do you envision this upload functionality? When do you upload the pictures? Is it at the same time as you create the orphan, or at a later date?
لازم واحد.
هذه نعمل create ونعمل upload للليست so it's later.
No, actually, I believe that we will have to upload them one by one.
Okay. So you import a list of orphans, and then later you go to the individual orphan pages and upload through there. Okay. And you say picture.
Yes.
And
there is the picture, which is the I believe there's something like the pictures are being updated all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could like upload the pictures and the documents, and later on tell the application that this is the main picture we are using now, which is the latestly updated.
So the profile picture.
Yes. To mark one of the pictures as a profile picture.
Okay, but you want to keep all the pictures in the system?
Yes.
Okay, so basically everything that you upload you keep, plus there's the ability to mark one of them as, use this picture as a profile. Okay.
Yeah, as default.
And when you say related documents, is there a particular kind of a document, a particular format, or basically just about anything?
Actually, it's do you mean the extension of the format, or the what the documents might be?
Well, a little bit of both, I suppose, because yeah, both. What kind of a document is it in terms of the extension, and then
Actually, it's the official documents, like sometimes it's the mother's ID, the orphan's ID, family card, and most of the time it's PDF.
Okay.
We will not go anything else.
Okay. And so once these documents are uploaded, how do you imagine that when you go to the orphan profile page, there is a list of attached documents, or how do you imagine if you want to access that document again?
Yes, a list, which we can give a name for each one.
Right. Okay.
So we will upload it and give it a name. It will appear as a list. We can press on the uploaded document. We will know the difference between one and another by the name we give to each one of them.
Okay. Okay. Christian, do you have any questions about any of this?
Not. I have one question about the card. I don't know. Should we discuss about it now or maybe next meeting?
Yeah. Is it fairly technical or
I
general?
wanted to ask which fields are going on the card. Are they all the fields that we have in the database for the orphan?
No, actually, no, not all the fields. We gave a sample of the card before, but we can I can send it one more time.
Okay, no, if we have it, it's okay.
Yeah, we should have it somewhere, and if I cannot find Ahmed or Tarek, I will ask you again. But I think we should be able to find it.
Also, do we need a size for the card, to set a size? So when you print it, you have it in the correct size?
Yes, actually yes. Because the one we have is created on Adobe format, so it's very big, almost 6 to 8 megapixels. So
Okay.
Megabytes. Yeah, we need to reduce it like to 600 megabytes or something like this to be sent to email.
And it's from what I remember, that card is a single page, like a letter format page, right?
Yes, right.
Okay. Okay. I'll try to find that file, and then I'll be able to share it with the team, and we can.
I have the link. I can put it right here.
Yeah, actually, if you have it at hand, then please.
Everything is in the link.
Okay. Okay, so we have orphan cards and in English as well. Okay, great. I remembered that we had a question about item number 2. Names should not allow special characters. So I guess what are special characters or what characters should be allowed in the names? Just basically letters of the Arabic alphabet. Is that
Actually, this is one of Raneem's stuff. She's the only
okay?
one who
Okay.
I think the normal the normal things that it's not allowed, like numbers, for example.
Okay.
Okay, numbers.
Numbers are allowed, but
Numbers are allowed. Okay.
yeah, I think let's go back to Raneem and reply maybe by tomorrow evening because she has something to do at the morning. So
Okay.
maybe we'll reply at night about this issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, start dates should not allow dates prior to OSRA establishment. What is the date of the OSRA establishment?
It's let's put the date of 1st of April 2012.
2012. Okay.
This,
Okay.
we are talking about here the relationship start date. Huh?
Yeah. So the sponsorship start dates or the start date for a sponsor, that kind of thing, right?
Oh, no. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think that's it for me for tonight. Christian, do you have anything?
No, everything is covered from my point of view.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think that's it for us. Tarek and Ahmed, do you have any questions for us? Anything more?
Everything is fantastic.
Okay. Well, it sounds great. Thanks for coming tonight, guys. We'll start working on these features basically this week. And so we should be able to deliver at least some of these simple features, I think, by the end of the week to you for review. And next week, let's come back to these details that we touched on briefly today and maybe have a more in-depth discussion about, specifically I want to talk about this notification center. So we'll discuss its implementation with the team and then maybe have some questions for you next week. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, sounds perfect.
Okay, great. It was good to talk to you again, guys, and see you next week then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Christian, anything for us to discuss?
Should we add this link to the conference with the card? Do you have it there? I can't find it.
I haven't actually created it yet, I think. That's why it's not around. It's Zoom. I can't seem to do this. Okay. Well, I'll yeah. Once I save it, I think it'll show up, and I'll post the link on Slack as well, so that we can see it there.
The link for this that you're editing.
For this page that I'm on right now, yeah. I don't know why it doesn't let me add.
Without age.
That's why.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I guess I'll see. Okay. And goals. Phase 1. Okay, so I'm saving it now. And
The team meeting.
I'm going to try to pull. I'll paste this into Slack and then.
Yep, it's there.
Can you see if you? Okay, so you can access it.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay. Here's a nice
Okay.
about the OSRA cards.
Yeah.
Should we upload them to the conference?
Yeah, let's.
Maybe we can
You know
do.
what? Why don't I grab this link? I didn't mean to click on it. Sorry. I can take this link and I can add it in here. Okay, so now we have this link here.
So one card looks like it's like a big A4 page.
Yeah,
Right?
I think that's that's how they want it.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to yeah, I mean it sounds pretty challenging what they've described, because here you know, on this card we can automatically, and well, I hope that we can, you know, we'll figure out how to automatically fill in these fields, but they want them to be editable and
Well, we could use the PDF generator to create a PDF.
yeah.
But we also have the card, the display card option. So before we generate the PDF, we need to have it to show it in the view, right?
Right.
So if we can combine those two, would be great. So maybe you
Okay.
can create a partial for this, and then use the partial inside the PDF.
Yeah.
That would be best.
Well, this is all new to me. I haven't done stuff like that before, so
Yeah, me neither. Just,
okay.
but I'm sure this would be the best way.
Yeah. All right. And
And
then this,
also, sorry.
yeah.
I
Go
was
ahead.
asking about the images, that uploading the images. Where will those images be uploaded? To the same Heroku server?
Uh, for the time being, everything that we upload. So right now we're uploading orphan lists,
Oh,
and they're stored in Amazon.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, we use Paperclip and we use Amazon Web Services, the S3 bucket,
Mm-hmm.
to store all the uploads. The Excel files that we've been uploading are, of course, fairly small. If they start uploading a lot of images and PDFs,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how long until we. I mean, for now we don't pay anything, but I think after 1 year or they will have to start paying for any S3 storage. And then if they upload a lot of pictures, that might get expensive, but I don't know. We'll have to figure it out, I guess, as we go along.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. This notification center, I think, is going to be an interesting challenge, because they're now talking about making the application aware of kind of monitoring the data.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs to run background jobs, you know, at least, I guess, once every 24 hours and check that there are no orphans who have turned 18.
Oh, I thought it only shows that when you access the orphan.
Yeah, see, the way I understand it, and yeah, maybe this is something that we'll have to ask them for a clarification again, but I think the way I
Yeah, I know
understand
what
it
you mean.
is that, yeah, you know, they visit the application for the first time today,
Yeah, it's
and
like
they
a
go to,
reminder,
and because we talked about it initially when we discussed sponsorships, because it's possible to enter a future date for sponsorship starts or ends, and things like that. So we talked about this idea of background jobs where the application would check, you know, because right now you can enter a future date for a sponsorship end,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't actually make any difference. The sponsorship is still marked as terminated immediately.
Mm-hmm.
but perhaps this would allow them to enter a future date, and then on that date, that sponsorship automatically terminates. But that's yeah. Well, it's getting interesting.
Yeah,
Challenging.
cool stuff.
Yeah. Okay, Kristen. If there's nothing else, then see you tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Tomorrow, oh yeah, I don't know. Craig said he was out without internet until Tuesday. Is that how I understood it?
Yeah, Tuesday, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so probably tomorrow is not a good time for a retrospective or sprint planning.
Yeah, so we can leave it for Tuesday, no problem.
Yeah, so yeah, for tomorrow, let's just plan a regular scrum and have a big one on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Take care and see you tomorrow.
Good night. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.